Football season about to kick off. We're ready to go here at the ACC Digital Network. And this year, Mr. Clinton Portis is here. He doesn't just smile and wave. He's got lots to say. That's next on ACC Live. On the season debut of ACC Live, Clemson doesn't hide from the SEC, and Saturday could be Dabo's biggest win ever.
The challenge is we have to start the season in mid-season form.
Jimbo Fisher is handing the keys to the season to a freshman. Seminole fans, are you on board with Jameis Winston? Are you kidding me? The Tar Heels kick off the season with a border battle. One question, do they have an answer for Clowney? And Clinton goes on campus.
Clinton Portis here.
ACC Live starts now. Those are some nice moves.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm going to have to learn from the best. Mr. Clinton Portis, I'm Jeff Fischel here. A new season on the ACC Digital Network. It's a new ACC with expansion. It's a new year ACC Live, the best place for ACC fans to get highlights, analysis, interviews, and the latest headlines. And my new tag team partner, Mr. Clinton Portis, Miami Hurricane great, NFL All-Pro. CP, we're talking about season openers. What's the biggest you had at the U?
We played Ohio State 1999 in the Kickoff Classic. New York Meadowlands, the scene was unreal. It was flooded with all red for Ohio State Buckeyes fans, and the University of Miami came in. We were victorious. The only bad part about it is I didn't get in the game.
You were a true freshman, your very first college game. You didn't see action, but it didn't take long for you to prove you needed to be on the field.
Yeah, it took me 4 more games. You know, East Carolina, I got my opportunity, and it was history from then on.
At any time this season, the best way to keep track of what CP and I are talking about is to follow the ACC Digital Network on Twitter, at the ACCDN. Tweet us about the season, what you're expecting, what do you want to hear from Clinton and myself, at the ACCDN. Let's get this thing going with headlines ACC fans are buzzing about, and cleverly we call this the buzz. It's a great ACC-SEC weekend. It starts tomorrow night, North Carolina, South Carolina. Of course, that means Jadeveon Clowney chasing after Bryn Renner. Everyone's been talking all summer about Clowney's comments when he said he can tell when quarterbacks are scared. Bryn Renner, Taj Boyd, they say they're not. Clinton, what's a way a team can slow down a defensive beast like Clowney?
Instantly. Crack back him, have the back come out, cut his legs from under him, let the defender know we're attacking you, not the opposite way around.
Now, if Bryn isn't scared, what about Mom? Will she be worried in the stands? No, she believes in the Tar Heels' great left tackle, James Hurst. Check out this tweet. Renner says, "My mom trusts Hurst to protect me from Clowney, and I do too." It's important to have Mom's faith.
Such a cool name for Hurst. Either way it goes, Hurst is either going to be his savior or it's going to be his failure. He's going to get carried out because I think he's going to get killed.
Hurst reference. It's a way to start here on the ACC Digital Network. Renner, a senior, is in his 3rd year starting for the Tar Heels. Florida State going with a redshirt freshman. Noles fans were tweeting all summer saying they wanted Jameis Winston, and they get him. Top quarterback coming out of high school. He hasn't even played a game, and folks in Tallahassee are saying he'll be in the Heisman conversation by the end of the year. Is he the next Johnny Manziel, or do they need to slow their roll a little bit in Tallahassee?
Too much hype, slow your roll.
Jameis Winston, he's following E.J. Manuel. Winston was a redshirt last year. You followed Edger and James, but as a true freshman at Miami. What's it like following in the footsteps of a legend?
Well, I think I came in as a true freshman, following Edger and James, coming off a 299-yard game, being the last memory of Edger and James. So when I came in, I can only get the fondest memories in how everyone praised him. I think for Jameis Winston, having the opportunity to follow E.J. Manuel, having a year to learn, see how E.J. Manuel carried himself as a man and on to the NFL where he became the first quarterback taken. Now, down at the U, the Hurricanes tweeted out the song that's supposed to fire up the teams and the fans. I can feel something old school in the air tonight. And when that kick in, all the chill bumps, everything get going.
I'm afraid you were going to punch me like Mike Tyson in the Hangover.
No, I started to. I should have.
now, in case fans at other ACC schools don't know, This is a big deal. This song means a lot to Miami football.
Well, not only to Miami football, I think this song means a lot to Miami. If you think about it, go back to Miami Vice, the glory years of Miami, and now that we're planning to return to dominance, for Coach to go and add this back into our repertoire and give the university and the fans the song again is great.
So here's the tweet from Hurricanes football. It's officially beat FAU game week. What gets you pumped up? Maybe a little Phil Collins will do the trick. Of course, everyone knows that drum break from Miami Vice. I'm old enough to remember Crockett and Tubbs.
I remember Crockett and
Driving down
Tubbs.
this. I remember when this song was on the show.
Black Ferrari. Black.
Rolling down through South Beach with this song going. I remember. I think Crockett like pulls over and uses a payphone or something. Of course, that's. There you go. That's old school.
It's history.
Right? History. Miami has Florida Atlantic Friday. Saturday night, it's Georgia-Clemson. The rivalry is back. Friends and neighbors in North Georgia, just across the border in South Carolina, they've been getting along so well for the last decade, this ruins it. Lines are drawn. And for former Georgia great Herschel Walker, those lines are even blurred lines.
I know you want it.
Clearly, they teach running backs that dance somewhere. There's a running back school.
No, man, they don't teach that. That dance is horrible. Horrible.
The key question, Blurred Lines or Get Lucky? What's the song of the summer?
I would love to get lucky, but the song is Blurred Lines.
That's how it's going to go around here with CP. Now, I don't know if you've heard, Herschel actually has taken up MMA over the last year or two. Would you be up for MMA?
Herschel is crazy. I wouldn't do it.
He's a lover, not a fighter. Is that right?
Definitely.
We'll see more of that later in the show, I promise you that. Those are the big stories that are buzzing right now. Weldos and Miley Cyrus twerking. And honestly, I don't know if you saw it.
Just how she was moving her body.
Just today, I'm not joking, the Oxford Dictionary officially made twerk a word. It's now a word in the dictionary. I just saw that. Yeah, Miley Cyrus didn't help that at all. Those are some great games this weekend, the ACC-SEC debate. North Carolina, South Carolina, just the sixth meeting between these schools in the last 30 seasons. Virginia Tech, #1 Alabama, Atlanta, and Bulldogs, Tigers. I sat down with Dabo Swinney. He compares Georgia to Cuba. He talks Taj Heisman's campaign, and Dabo isn't afraid of the big bad wolf, the SEC.
Our players are human beings, and they live out in the real world, and the SEC has been the dominant conference. This is our third SEC game in a row. This is our third top 10 team in a row. So, we got a battle-tested group. They don't really get caught up. When we played LSU in the bowl game, I had to convince our guys that, we're playing LSU, not SEC, because that's what the media tries to perpetuate, and that's what people talk about. And I think you can get carried away with all that kind of stuff. Again, the focus is Clemson. Let's be the best we can be. Taj Boyd was the ACC Player of the Year last year. Hadn't thrown a single touchdown pass. That's the great thing about college football, pro football. You start over every year.
You talked about what Taj has accomplished. The school has said there's not going to be a Heisman campaign for him. Nonetheless, though, against Georgia, that's a national showcase game for Taj.
Oh, there's a Heisman campaign. It's called Georgia. NC State, Florida State. We got a campaign laid out for him. But again, we can have all the promotions we want. You got to perform. You got to play. They don't give those awards away. You got to go earn it, and you got to do it through your consistency on the field, your consistency in preparation, and but that old boy's wired for it. He's got the right DNA, and you know what? I'm glad he's my guy. He's a winner. And as long as he's on the field, we got a chance to win.
Everyone talks about Taj and Sammy when they talk about this team and what it can do. Give me a name of a player other than those guys who we'll all be talking about after the Georgia game.
Hopefully you're going to be talking about our defensive line. They're all no names right now. I had Eddie George came through here, a couple weeks ago, and he's doing a national radio show and visiting with him, and we're talking about things. He couldn't name one of our defensive linemen, not one name. And I was like, that's perfect. And I don't think I didn't share that with our team. Listen, you guys are a bunch of no-names. So hopefully when the Georgia game's over, maybe you'll know one of our defensive linemen's name. Just one. Then that'll be progress.
CP, we were both there for a while. You spent a lot of time with Dabo and the assistant coaches. What stands out from you talking to those guys?
Class act. instantly class act. I think you could see why players love to play for him. I think you could see the respect from the staff that he got for him to carry me around the facility. It was a great opportunity for me to get an opportunity to see how guys eventually end up at Clemson. I think he goes out and gets some of the finer players, C.J. Spiller, Jacoby Ford, Taj Boyd, Samuel Watkins, DeAndre Hopkins. I could see why those guys ended up at Clemson.
It was also interesting talking to him about the rivalry with Georgia. He acknowledged, it's been one of these sad repercussions of expansion by conferences over the past 25 years. We just haven't seen this game played a lot. But tomorrow, Georgia, Clemson kicks off ACC Throwback. Each week, you jump in the Wayback Machine, and we show you a classic game. This week it is the Bulldogs and Tigers, 1987, a great game that went down to the final seconds.
And remember, Clemson without a timeout. They have squandered them earlier. Jackson sprinting in the end zone, can't get out. This is going to be a safety. A year ago, Treadwell defeated Georgia with a field goal. History can repeat itself here this afternoon. The crowd will tell you this story.
All right, it's time for some Throwback Thursday trivia. If you're the first person to tweet the answer to me, win an ACCDN t-shirt. So here's the question. That game, 1987, Georgia versus Clemson. Who is the famous pro wrestler who played in this game? Tweet your answer at the ACCDN. First correct answer gets a t-shirt. If you'd like, we could have Clinton wear it first and get sweaty, and then we'll send it to you. Or we could just give you a clean one. Either way. Here's the ACCDN schedule for football season. The madness starts every Saturday. Game day, highlights and must-see moments all day long. Then Sunday, we take the best game from the day before and replay it for you in about 20 minutes. Just the best action. We got Ram Power Plays, CP's Top 3, a great debut this week. Complimentary players. And as CP put it, everybody likes a compliment, right?
Check me out. Look at me.
CP and I are here every Wednesday for ACC Live Thursday. Throwback Games Friday. ACC Soccer Weekly. We'll tweet out the links to all the great stuff at the ACCDN. And so what happens when you take a well-dressed, handsome, well-known young man and put him in the middle of a college campus on the first day of school? I had a great time. Oh, not me. Clinton was there. His report next on ACC Live.
It's time to twist again at Ruby Tuesday. Introducing 4 amazing new burgers made with 100% fresh USDA choice beef, handcrafted to order with a twist. Our new buttery toasted pretzel buns. Like our spicy jalapeno pretzel cheeseburger with pepper jack cheese, crispy jalapenos, and smoky chipotle mayo. Or our bacon cheese pretzel burger with applewood smoked bacon, all starting at just $8.99. And go to funbetweenthebuns.com for a twisted deal on our pretzel burgers. Welcome to Ruby Tuesday.
The ACC mobile app is free and fully loaded. Scores, schedules, and stats, highlights, and live games, all in the palm of your hand. Download it on your iPhone, iPad, or Android. Your teams, your app. It's on the ACC mobile app, presented by Carrabba's. Download it today.
Want to win a trip to the ACC Football Championship? Visit the ACC Facebook page and enter the Haviland Protect What Matters Challenge for your chance to win.
Having analyzed countless college football formations, I can spot a good defense. Haviland Motor Oil defends your car's engine and helps protect your investment. Share your Haviland stories on our Facebook page and enter to win a VIP trip to the ACC Football Championship.
Haviland, protect what matters.
College sports is about moments. Moments we cheer for. Moments that give us chills. Moments we will never forget. Must-see moments. The ACC Digital Network. It's on.
When it comes to being better, what's better? Being better or worse?
Better!
Okay, and what are you better at?
I'm better at telling jokes.
Okay, let's see what you got.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Queen.
Queen who?
Queen, my dishes, please.
Clean.
It's Queen to make it funny.
He doesn't get it.
It's not complicated. Better is better. And AT&T is the nation's fastest and now most reliable 4G LTE network.
Okay, Canes fans, you think Duke Johnson's all that? Check out this Miami freshman running back. CP, who is that?
He's pretty good.
It's Mr. Clinton Portis. You're looking a little slow there, I must say.
Look at this. Watch this move.
Oh, maybe that's the slow-mo replay.
Yeah, definitely.
Pretty good, over 2,500 yards in his 3 seasons, and really didn't even start till halfway through his freshman year. Welcome back to ACC Live. I'm Jeff Fischel. He's Clinton Portis, and I lost him. He's distracted.
I already seen that.
I think it's because he's on the new app for the ACC Football Challenge presented by McAllister's Deli. It's like when you used to flick paper footballs, but now it's digital. You have to account for the wind on your kicks. You can pick to represent any team you want, like Clinton going with the U. Here you see Clemson compete against other fans and win great prizes, including a VIP trip to the ACC Championship. It's the ACC Football Challenge. Download it on your iPad, iPhone, or your Droid. CP and I were down at Clemson the other day. First, we met with Dabo and the coaches. Then Clinton said to me, Jeff, I want to be a man of the people. I must talk to the students. So here's the premiere of Clinton on campus.
Oh, yeah. Clinton Portis here, ACC Digital Network. We're coming to you live from Clemson University. Are you a cheerleader?
No.
What? You look like you play football.
Yeah, I do.
What position?
Here at Clemson?
Yeah.
No.
What? I thought you were the center.
No.
Interviewing the prettiest woman I've seen on this campus.
The most exciting thing on Clemson's campus is Clemson football.
I'm here with Catherine. She's a communications major, ready to do broadcasting. In other words, she wanted to take over my job.
What's the most important thing that you take from being an athlete?
As a fan, I would be walking around like, all ready. But then as a player, I would have to walk around like educated. We got a couple of guys that we're going to do a trivia game with. They're freshmen. What's the name of your stadium?
Stadium? It's commonly known as Death Valley.
Football was one reason why I transferred, because I'm a really big fan, but I'm more of a NFL, so I'm really excited about the ACC.
What number is Taj Boyd?
I'm not sure about that.
What number is Sammy Watkins?
I have no idea.
You don't know who Sammy Watkins is?
The name sounds very familiar.
I've danced since I was little, so I kind of wanted to bring it.
I have sweet dance moves. Later.
Now, great job. I don't know if people could tell there. You look very dapper. I like that cardigan. But it was a hot, humid day. It was starting to show a little bit.
I know my outfit became two-tone, so I couldn't get out of the sweater because I started in it. But my outfit became two-tone. I almost fainted twice, one due to heat, and the second time was due to me. A pageant queen? Wow.
Miss South Carolina. Allie Rogers was very nice, although I think you wanted to throw a 15-yard penalty in my direction for interference.
You definitely deserve a technical foul, a fine on the play, or anything else I could think of.
You did ask the students about Taj and Sammy. They're two of the big names in our top 25 players to watch list. Here's a quick look back at some of the top 25 at their game-changing best.
Let me show you a little Sammy. Here he goes. Duke Johnson to the sideline. Duke Johnson's gonna go.
Pass deflected into the hands of Diggs for a touchdown.
Fakes the handoff to Bernard, and Bryn is in.
Taj Boyd has just broken the school record here at Clemson. He has 50 career touchdown passes.
All right, we just got this tweet in, by the way. CP, I don't even know if you know this. We got the answer to the trivia question already.
What?
Larkin
Did I give it away?
Sailor has the correct answer. The correct answer is...
Go Bird, go Bird.
Goldberg played in that 87 Georgia-Clemson game. So Larkin Sailor has an ACC Digital Network t-shirt coming his way. Congrats to you. And again, if you'd like to, he can wear it for a little bit just to get it sweaty like his day down at Clemson. Just saying. Here's the top 5 in our ACC 25 top players to watch list. Let's start down the bottom. Number 5, Jeremiah Tauchu. He's 12.5 sacks away from being the Yellow Jackets' career record leader. 4, Sammy Watkins, one of 4 freshmen ever to be named first-team All-American. 3, Duke Johnson, of course. 2, Florida State D lineman / blower-up of running plays, Timmy Jernigan. And 1, who else? Taj Boyd. Clinton, do you agree with our top 5?
No, I don't. I don't even know how to pronounce a Tauchu. Take him off the list. And let's take Jernigan off the list. The interesting players are going to be good in the league, but let's remove them. Give me the guys that pay the bill. Give me the guys that keep the lights on, the seat fillers. Give me Stephon Diggs from Maryland. Give me Stephen Morris from the University of Miami. Or maybe even Brian Renner from North Carolina. Those are the guys I want to see.
Wait. So you're saying only skill guys?
Only skill guys. Big guys should get fined for being even in this list. You don't want any attention from the big guys.
I could have sworn the big linemen are the guys that make it all happen.
Yeah, they make it happen, but you don't want big guys feeling like they got swag. You know, leave that up to us.
People are tweeting about how great Taj is, including a couple guys that really do cover football really well. Daniel Jeremiah of NFL.com says, Taj Boyd reminds me of Russell Wilson for these 3 reasons. Easy thrower, escapability, and toughness. And then David Pollack, of course, works for ESPN. Taj Boyd's talent pops off the screen. He has the unique ability to throw from a lot of different arm angles. Huge for shorter QBs. What makes Taj so great?
I think that's what makes him great. If you look at the quarterbacks in his position, the Drew Brees, the Russell Wilson, a great guy to be compared to. If you look at these guys and how they're mobile in the pocket, they find and throwing lanes to complete passes, to get downfield, and neither are scared to run. You don't see Drew Brees run often, but just to have that ability is great.
Now, Taj is going up against Georgia. He has to worry about Jordan Jenkins. Look what Jordan Jenkins did at UGA's practice. CP, that running back, he's about your size. And Jenkins just flies right over him.
I think Jenkins would have been missing for this game. The running back put his head down. If he keep his head up, therefore you shoot up and ice pack immediately for Jenkins, and he's going to miss a game.
Oh, yeah. If that happened, I'd be out for a couple weeks, I'm pretty sure.
I'm sure he would be out for a couple weeks.
So that's who Taj has to worry about. Like Dabo says, the Heisman campaign comes down to what happens on the field. A win over Georgia would be huge. We showed you those ACC-SEC matchups. Here are the rest of the games for Week 1. Friday, look at that. The Canes home against FAU. CP, do you foresee any troubles for the Canes?
I foresee Friday night lights. The Canes, easy game. Let's go out here, get our stats up, get everybody hyped, and get ready for Florida next week.
Are you implying it's going to be like a high school game?
You said that, not me.
That's a little bit of an insult toward FAU, but hey, maybe Miami can get away with it.
Who cares? What are they going to do?
Saturday games, the first games for Pitt and Syracuse repping the ACC.
Interested to see the transition for Syracuse with Coach Schaefer taking over for Coach Marone. It's going to be interesting to see if he can keep it up. Pittsburgh, what were the ACC gods thinking when they gave them FSU out of the gate? If they have a chance to steal a game, this is it.
And remember, we'll have highlights of every game coming up on Saturday. Now it's time for other stories around the conference. This is the ACC Now, brought to you by Ruby Tuesday. When Miami takes on Florida Atlantic Friday night, one man will be a proud papa. That's Howard Schnellenberger. It'll be like both teams are his. He will be the honorary captain for both teams. He'll be at the coin flip. Schnellenberger's responsible for building both teams. Miami, of course, he won a national title there. Then he started the FAU program from scratch 15 years ago. No doubt there will be a lot of love when he's introduced Friday night. Maryland head coach Randy Edsall has announced Brandon Ross is his starting running back, but Ross didn't even know it until reporters started asking him questions yesterday about being on top of the depth chart. What a way to find out. The Terps start the season Saturday against Florida International. North Carolina State has some big plans. NC State is putting together plans for a $14 million indoor training facility. It will have a full football field and lanes for track and field. The athletic department is now working on lining up private donors. Crystal Dunn, the best player in women's college soccer, is off to a quick start this year. The North Carolina midfielder was named ACC Co-Player of the Week, along with Florida's Morgan Bryan. Dunn scored a total of 3 goals in a pair of Tar Heel wins. Bryan was the MVP at the Klockner Classic. One more thing. If you've been drinking, get a ride, call a cab, or find some other safe way home. Cops all across the country are cracking down on drunk driving, and they'll see you before you see them. Drive sober or get pulled over. That's the ACC Now, brought to you by Ruby Tuesday. Now, tomorrow, Throwback Thursday, 1987, UGA versus Clemson. Remember, if you are the first, well, we got our answer, right? All right, we already have. I was going to talk about giving us the answer.
It's over.
It's Goldberg. But remember, you can tweet us about anything college football season at the ACCDN. Also on the ACCDN, my full interview with Dabo Swinney. Remember, highlights and must-see moments after every game. All right, Clinton, that's it. That's your first show.
See you next week. I'm here every week.
By the way, we already got a tweet about you.
Oh, yeah?
Someone is a big fan. William Torres Jr. says, you're funny. You're a funny guy. He's enjoying the show with you on it.
Thank you, but who is William Torres Sr.?
He's a... Right now, we're hoping he's fan number 2, along with William Torres Jr. That's the ACC Digital Network. That's ACC Live, brought to you by Ruby Tuesday.